So let's just start with overall thoughts of that match.
Yeah, I think it's interesting because, again, we've been in this room and talked about different ways to win, and I thought our block and D did a really good job in this match of limiting what they were doing. And I think a testament to that is taking away what people want to do, and they had to change their game plan a little bit in the third set. So I thought we did a good job of adjusting in the middle of that and changing a little bit and coming back there. So overall, happy. Go back and watch the video on some stuff I think we can clean up, but I think it's a good end to a difficult 2 weeks on the road. So.
We were talking to Caroline just before you and said she got a career high in blocks, but she was saying it's not necessarily the blocks, it's also the touches that help set up the defense. So can you kind of touch on that?
Yeah, we've talked about that, so it's great to hear when your players are echoing something that you said. Just that a positive block touch is just as valuable as a stuff block if we can run our offense behind it. So I think she's playing great, and I've talked about it over and over again. Just her all-around game of volleyball is really, really impressive. She's able to serve, pass, defend, attack, block, pick a skill. She's really, really good at it. So fired up. I didn't realize that on blocks, but she did a really good job.
So now we're 6-2 in conference play. What have you seen from your team, kind of the growth through those first 8 matches?
Yeah, we're getting better. I think we're capable of, I'd probably, I don't know, die on this sword because I've said it 15 times now. We're capable of beating anybody in the conference. We just need to get good enough to do that consistently. That every single night we're playing at the level that we're capable of playing, and that's what great teams do. So that's what we're working towards.
And then how did it feel? Obviously, we just had a 3-match road stretch. How did it feel being back home?
It was awesome. It was interesting because I thought the match started and I thought it was Sunday early, South Carolina, not a ranked opponent. I thought it was a little bit, I was like, oh, it's going to be a smaller crowd. Then all of a sudden, the second set, I looked up at the student section and I was like, man, like there's a lot of people here again. And I'll say it over and over again. We go to other places and play, and there's like a small but mighty student section that's kind of there. But we come home, and obviously it's great to play at home in front of your fans, but just the 12th man, and I think our student section in particular right now, but I don't even say like the family section back behind. Like, it's been impressive every single night, and I can tell you from our team, we're grateful.
Open up.
In the beginning there, South Carolina was sending some like off-speed shots to y'all.
They were?
Like tips, stuff
I'm
like
joking.
that.
Yes, they were.
Okay, sorry. That the defense was kind of seemingly unable to pick up. What was your message to them?
Yeah,
to
it wasn't
make them
kind
turn
of.
around?
It was just, I think after the first set, I think I looked up at the scoreboard, I think they had 12 kills, and my guess is 8 of them were tips. And I just said that we're going to let these fall. And we came up with a plan to do it. I didn't think we did great. That's why one of the timeouts was called in the second set. At the end of it, it wasn't necessarily like I thought we were going to lose. It was just, we can't have a tip fall without anybody going for it. So to their credit, we were slow starters in this, but the third set I thought we did a really, really good job, and everyone was kind of on alert for it. We picked up all the junk we were supposed to pick up. So it was one of the things I'll go back and watch on video a little bit here.
Can you also speak a little bit more about like the importance of players like Caroline who can produce in all 6 rotations, and not just her, but a lot of your other players too?
Seriously, I think our media should be coaches. I'm just saying. I think the game is played in your ability to touch a volleyball. So regardless if you play 6 rotations or not, if you're an off blocker, you're going to have to touch a volleyball. And the quality of that touch influences what happens next, like exponentially, more so than I think people give it credit for. So regardless if somebody is playing 6 rotations or not, like they have to be able to play the whole game. And like Logan, for example, could play 6 rotations right now. Just for the best interest of the team and her probably, like we're not right now. But that's where we're trying to get all 14 people on our team right now. If our roster goes up to 18, it'll be about 18, about developing well-rounded volleyball players. And for me, it's a recruiting pitch also of people that can go off and play international volleyball where you only get 6 substitutions and you have to be a well-rounded volleyball player. So it's a world I come from, it's a world I'm trying to send them to, and we're going to train accordingly.
And then one thing I want to touch on, and Caroline mentioned it, so in that third set we were down 18-12 and then ripped off 10 straight points. And Caroline talked about when we're in those tough moments, pouring into the teammates. That's something Logan said. So talk about those girls like banding together. Like, can you see the team chemistry growing as the season's gone on?
Yeah, for sure. And again, it's cool when they're saying stuff that matters. We've talked a lot about, and I'm a big believer in this, that the best teams in the world aren't the best teams because things go great all the time. They're the best teams in the world because when things don't go great, they're able to find a solution. They're able to find a way out of it, or they're able to stay together when things get really, really hard. So we talk a lot about that. When things get difficult, how are we going to respond? And one of their biggest things that they came up with was connection. Of making sure the huddle stays tight, of making sure that people are making eye contact, that we're, having a discussion about how we're going to get out of it, not necessarily, wallowing in our self-pity. And we're doing a much better, and we're doing a good job of that. So, yeah.
I'm good if everyone's good. Perfect. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you guys.
Appreciate it.